Let's start where every business really begins, with you. Most people think they need a groundbreaking idea. You don't. You need a skill that solves a real-world problem, packaged in a way people understand and want. So grab a notebook, because this part is interactive. What am I genuinely good at? What do people already ask me for help with? What do I enjoy enough to do repeatedly? Where those overlap, that's your gold zone. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's design, maybe it's communication or organization, or even empathy. Your skill doesn't have to be loud to be valuable. Quiet expertise pays too. Now here's the key. Skills don't make money, solutions do. So your next question is, what specific outcome can my skill create for someone else? If you can answer that clearly, you already have the seed of a business. Validating your idea before you spend $1. Too many people go all in before testing demand. They build websites, design logos, spend months perfecting things that don't matter yet. You don't need perfection, you need proof. So here's your lean validation process. Talk to 5 potential clients or customers. Real conversations, not surveys. Ask, would you pay for this? What would make it a no-brainer? Create a mini offer or beta version, something you can deliver in a week. Charge something, even a small amount, so you know people value it. Validation isn't about ego, it's about data. If even a handful of people pay you, you've got momentum. And that first $100 you earn, that's the most powerful money you'll ever make, because it proves you can do it without permission. Choosing the right business model. Now that you've got validation, it's time to decide how you'll actually earn. There are endless models, but these 3 work beautifully for self-funded founders. First one, the pay in advance model. You sell before you build. This could be pre-orders, service retainers, or deposits. Customers fund the creation. The next is the subscription model. You deliver ongoing value monthly. Coaching, templates, membership, services. Predictable income equals peace of mind. Lastly, there's productized service. You take what you do manually, systemize it, and turn it into a package or digital product that can sell anytime. You don't need all 3. Pick one that fits your rhythm. If you love collaboration and connection, start with services. If you prefer systems and structure, lean toward digital products. Simplicity scales better than complexity. The power of lean startups. Here's the truth. Having less money forces you to be creative, and that's your advantage. Investor-funded startups often spend their first year learning discipline you already have. When it's your money, your time, your reputation, every choice matters. You learn to build lean, think strategically, and focus only on what drives results. So guys, start by asking, what's the smallest, simplest version of my business that still works? That's your MVP, minimum viable product. Launch it, get feedback, refine, monetizing your first customers. Let's talk about your first real sale. You don't need thousands of followers or a marketing budget. You need one person to believe your offer will help them, and for you to deliver on that promise. Here's a framework that never fails. It starts with clarity. One offer, one audience, one outcome. Next comes confidence. Don't apologize for your price. People pay for certainty. Finally, connection. Sell like a human. Listen, Taylor, serve. Your first client isn't just buying your service. They're funding your education as a founder. And when you deliver results, that person becomes your marketing. Referrals are the original investor capital. Okay, now we're into the next part, reinvesting your revenue. Money coming in. Here's where many people make mistakes. They spend too soon or hoard too long. You need balance. Here's how I think of every dollar. 50% goes to operating, your essentials, software, taxes. 30% goes to growth, marketing, branding, systems. And 20% stays as profit or safety buffer. Reinvest in things that multiply your time or visibility, not in things that just look successful. That means automations that run your processes while you sleep, marketing tools that attract new customers, education that upgrades your skills. Remember, revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, cash flow is freedom. Branding and visibility. You can have the best product in the world. If no one knows you exist, it doesn't matter. But branding isn't just logos and colors, it's how you make people feel. When someone lands on your page or watches your video, do they immediately think, this is for me? If not, it's time to refine. A strong brand tells 3 stories at once. It says who you are, what you do, and why it matters. Consistency builds credibility, so post regularly, show behind the scenes moments. Tell your story as it unfolds, not once it's perfect. Your transparency is your marketing. Every successful founder eventually hits a wall. You can't keep doing everything yourself. That's when systems save you. Start small. Automate onboarding. Use templates for proposals or client emails. Schedule content in batches. Track revenue and expenses weekly. The goal is simple. Replace chaos with clarity. When your business runs on systems, you finally get space to think like a CEO instead of a freelancer. Now we're into mindset, the investor you already have. Here's something no one tells you. When you choose to grow without investors, you become the investor. That means every decision, every dollar, every hour is capital. You have to treat yourself like a business asset. Rest strategically, learn continuously, protect your mental bandwidth like your bank balance depends on it, because it does. This is where emotional intelligence meets entrepreneurship. It's calm power, because scaling with peace is the real flex. Navigating doubt and comparison. At some point, you'll doubt yourself. You'll see others raising millions or posting highlight reels and think, maybe I'm playing too small. You're not. You're playing sustainably. Most people showing off their funding don't show their debt dilution or burnout. Building slow and steady doesn't make you less ambitious. It makes you strategic. When in doubt, return to your why. Why did you start this? Freedom, flexibility, fulfillment, that's your compass. Every choice should serve it. Eventually, you'll reach capacity. That's a beautiful problem. The rule of thumb, don't hire to escape work. Hire to amplify value. Start with freelancers or part-time help. Outsource tasks that are repetitive or outside your zone of genius. Your first hires aren't employees. They're extensions of your focus. Document everything you do before you delegate it. That's how you scale without losing quality. And keep your team lean. More people means more complexity, not always more profit. The goal is freedom, not headcount. At this point, we've made it into long-term scaling without funding. Once you've stabilized revenue and systems, scaling is about leverage. Leverage your content. Create once, repurpose everywhere. Leverage your customers. Upsell, cross-sell, turn them into ambassadors. Leverage your credibility. Partnerships, collaborations, PR. Growth doesn't have to mean speed. It means direction. When your foundation is strong, scaling becomes graceful. The quiet advantage of ownership. Let's zoom out for a second. When you don't take investor money, you keep something far more valuable. Agency. You decide your priorities, your pace, your creative direction. You can pivot freely. You can rest when needed. You can evolve without asking permission. Ownership equals options. And while everyone else is chasing funding rounds, you're quietly building something priceless, peaceful profit. That's wealth that actually feels like wealth. At this point, you've crushed it. Now it's just staying the course. There will be seasons that feel stagnant. You'll question whether the slow, self-funded path is worth it. It is, because every step you take, every system you build, every dollar you earn, it's yours. And when your business finally compounds, when referrals start flowing, content works while you sleep, clients return on repeat, you'll realize you didn't need permission. You needed persistence. That's the founder difference. Let's summarize this for you. The Startup Without Investors checklist. Screenshot or save this right now. Identify your core skill and unique value. Validate your market before you spend. Choose one clear business model. Get your first paying clients fast. Reinvest revenue into systems and brand. Automate repetitive work. Track profit, not just revenue. Grow slowly and intentionally. Stay consistent, even when no one's watching. That's it. That's the blueprint. Okay, I want you guys to know you don't need an investor to believe in you. You just need a plan and the self-trust to follow it. If you build from your skill, serve with integrity, and grow with patience, you'll look up one day and realize you built a company you actually like. And that's the dream, isn't it? Freedom, ownership, and peace in the same sentence. If this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what's the skill you're building into your own startup right now? I can't wait to read them and maybe feature a few in next week's episode. I'm Sophie Grant. This is Cashmere and Capital, and I'll see you in the next one.